So hey, welcome to the Anispective cast, where we look at God and we say not today, or was that the devil? Screw it, same thing really, who cares?
So yeah, this is Yggdrasil with its own form.
This is Yggdrasil's whole form, episode 47. So, thoughts on how Yggdrasil's design looks, now we're actually getting into this.
Uh, I've seen it before.
Huh,
I mean, kinda.
kind of.
I've seen a similar design.
Okay, alright.
But yeah, this is I don't know. It calls itself a god. It's near indestructible. They can't hardly beat it.
Yeah, that works as a god design. Yeah, it's like I like it. I like how inhuman it is. I feel like it could be like crazier, right? Cuz
And
it's just, like armor and like some things that shoot vines in a head. And it's like, I don't know. It could be weirder. It could be like, like something more.
I disagree. Why would it be weird? It's a being run on like pure logic.
Yeah, but that
It's
could
it's
mean anything because it's like it's not a physical fighter really. It's like a weird magical thing, right?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like a logical design doesn't go crazy. It goes like, okay, I have like a armored body that can't be damaged, and I have like a way to attack physically, and I can shoot things. That's all it needs. It's
Eh,
simple.
I don't know. I feel like if you wanted to go for that, there are still ways you could do that that would be more visually interesting, right? Because I get it's meant to be like big and imposing and all this stuff, but it's like, yeah, no, it feels like it's like missing something, right? Like it feels like it could be like more, like it's fine. I like it. I think it could be like, like more focused maybe because it just sort of looks like nothing. It kind of just looks like nothing.
Yeah, it's not trying to impress anyone.
Well, I
It's
would very
cold.
much disagree. This is very much trying to be impressive.
Nah. It
Look how
like
huge it is.
from yeah, because being big is an advantage.
Because it's a catch 22 at this type of situation. The design works, but I kind of wish the design was more like a Digimon, I guess. That could be because of stuff like Arceus from Pokemon. Yeah, it's like, what's a good
I
parallel? I'm thinking of the freaking D Reaper, right? Remember how crazy the Mother D Reaper looked? And that was also pure, like, logic and, like, nihilism. But, you look at it's like, it's huge and imposing, but it's this weird thing, and it's like, it's dozen of arms, it's almost like a goddess, it just has, like, it's just this weird tendril robe with, like, this crowned head with like this inhuman face, and it was really cool to look at. Like, I
I
don't
get it.
know if
I
sorry,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
I get it, but like Yggdrasil is like the core of the digital world. It's not like a program created by humans, seemingly. I don't
I
know.
don't know if
Jury's.
that'd change things, right?
I don't know. It's the thing is like
Yeah.
my thought is like it didn't even have to be this elaborate. If we're going for pure like logical efficiency, it could just be a floating like sphere and then it just manifests things to attack.
Yeah, because I think in the X Evolution movie, it's like it's a floating sphere crystal thing with like a bunch of square screens like flying around it in like a circle, It
Yeah,
doesn't
like
look very Digimon at all. It's literally just like, an energy orb with like things flying around it. But it feels more right for what I'd imagine a like god core, main server of the Digimon world would be, right? Like I
yeah.
feel like that does make a bit more sense.
Also, I like that it doesn't really look like a Digimon. It's because it's
Yeah.
because it's not one.
Not technically, at least. According to the card game, it is technically a levelless Digitama.
That doesn't make any sense.
Because
Also,
it
card.
stays in the raising area.
Okay, weird.
It stays in the raising area, and it grows more powerful and sends out Royal Knights very, very cheaply. It's a very, very weird deck.
Okay, well, my logic for this is simple as this: it's Yggdrasil, not Yggdrasilmon.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a Digimon. It is the heart of the
Yeah.
digital world. It is like the main heart of them, like the thing. I don't know. It's hard to.
I get what you're saying. I'm just thinking back, it's like, yeah. This I really wouldn't pin this version of Digimon being all that logical. It seems like more like an excuse than anything. Maybe.
But
Because
like I said,
I'm thinking of like other sort of like artificial Digimon we've seen before. And it's like, yeah, there's like the D Reaper stuff, which, yeah, pretty hit or miss, but I feel like most of them are pretty good. And there's freaking Aosmon, who is like just nutty, and they don't look like a Digimon, but they still look like a really good Digimon design, if that makes sense. And it's like, when you look at like the different things, it's like, no, I think Yggdrasil might be one of the weaker of them, but that's just my opinion from what I'm thinking of.
yeah. Well, like I said, Yggdrasil didn't even have to be this. It could have just been a floating sphere, which, like you said,
Yeah.
apparently it is at some point.
That'd just be because of the wrong, I guess. Dude's definitely has a personality. I feel more logical would be deadpan and unfeeling. Yeah, I was kind of like thinking like, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of Yggdrasil being fueled more by logic than anything else to be more compelling. I think that's more interesting. Because if it's like fueled by anger and emotion and like arrogance, then it's like it's the same as any other Digimon villain, right?
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, it does. This one does clearly have like an arrogant side to it.
Yeah, Yo, what? I just found a good way to put this. Remember Zuquiyamon from Digimon Tamers, the giant red like bird one? The
Uh,
red bird
oops.
sovereign that was like, the
Right.
evil one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah. Yeah.
like Zuquiyamon handled the idea of like a godlike Digimon with a personality who's like, evil and aggressive better than this does, honestly. Because he doesn't really like front about it. He has like his distinct will, and he's like, just following that, and he's doing what he thinks is right as a like sovereign, as like a ruler of the digital world. And I think
Well,
that kind of like pulls off way better than trying to kind of like, go back and forth between them being like completely logical and like, like very vindictive and like you must obey my commands and everything.
yeah, I think it is weird that like this Yggdrasil has like emotions. It feels like it shouldn't.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like it should just be like running off the program. It's like, okay, just objects in the way must be eliminated, and like people are trying to reason with it. And it's like, the chance of survival is 0. You cannot interfere. Like, I feel like you could have them do the same thing and like change how it talks and how it like phrases things to be way more like cold and like calculating, and would honestly make it like way more interesting.
Yeah. But it kind of like starts freaking out and like, oh, the Royal Knights are turning on me. How dare you?
Yeah, it's so weird.
And even back when it was possessing Suguru, it's like, oh yeah, it's definitely like it's emoting like evilly and everything. It's like, all
Yeah.
right.
Like it's very much it's like they want their cake and they want to eat it too. They want a villain who can like taunt the heroes and be emotional and like have like thoughts and a personality. But they also want to be like this logical, cold, calculating thing, and those are like contradictory. Yeah. And we
Yeah,
get this bit of exposition. I don't know what the crap's going on anymore.
yeah. When it was possessing Suguru, it should have been like completely monotone.
Yeah.
Experienced an evolution and results in failure due to the human's intervention. Yeah, so uh Yggdrasil starts losing and runs like a program.
Yeah,
I
Yggdrasil
don't know.
starts losing, and they go to the human world, just start like destroying it everywhere. Chica gets her Digimon defeated, and she freaks out, and she's like, "Why?" And Yggdrasil literally stops to explain to this random child why they're destroying the human world. It's like, wait, why do you care? Do you have to answer questions?
Yeah, I don't
Is
know. It's like,
yeah.
yeah, screw it, whatever.
And they say, like, I was originally the Wiz 9000 computer. I was created to experiment on evolution. My experience on evolution have resulted in failure due to the human's intervention. Because of, like, this, all these failures, System 401 error or something, and they're like, I will now just destroy both worlds and create a new one. Just straight up.
And it's just like, created by who? What? And it's like,
I guess
no,
Yggdrasil could
shut
just
up.
make a new world. Listen, if Quantumon can do it.
I mean, that's not even what I care about. What I care about is like it mentions being created by someone and then it doesn't elaborate. It's like, what do you mean?
Yeah. This we should probably get a bit more about this. What's going on? Not bad
No,
per
no
se.
explanation.
Yeah, I think the better theme would
Die.
have been that they believe they're more logical, and the heroes could have found out that they're acting more emotional than humans. Yeah. If they like at least lampshade it, had the humans be like, you're like letting your emotions get in the way of reason, is said by like Toma or something. And maybe because he is like the logic and reason guy, he could have a moment where he like, one ups Yggdrasil and points out the logic of the situation benefits everyone. And Yggdrasil could be like, shut up, I am supreme or whatever. Or like, I am infallible, right?
Yeah, just like I am the evil die.
Yeah. The logic of a human means nothing to a god, and they like, just keep attacking. I think that's the other thing, is that it's like, I know it's like, it's always gonna be the monster show. I really wish everyone else got more of a distinct moment. Because it's like, there's only 4 main characters. It feels like you should be able to pull this off, I don't know, I kind of wish
Yeah.
that, like, Toma and, like, Yoshino and Akuto got to, like, do more of something other than just attack the tentacles.
Yeah, they kind of just okay, so I like these episodes and the fights are neat and whatever, but yeah,
Yeah.
they don't really give anybody but Masaru anything to do. Like people glow and give them their energy or whatever, but I mean that's kind of it.
Yeah, they do Spirit Bomb, and they Spirit Bomb the digital world, and that keeps it from falling.
Somehow.
Listen, everyone gives all of their energy. Every human and Digimon in the world gives their energy. They all put their hands up, and it's like, even if it's a fraction of a percent, that's gonna add up and stop the digital world from falling. And you know what? Eventually, maybe someone can fix this. I hope.
So, I'm gonna jump ahead again a little bit. Uh, boy, I thought there was gonna be like a time reverse or something because human world gets screwed.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's like, okay, Suguru gets killed and like the human world is getting like super nuked by Yggdrasil. It's like, surely there's a time rewind. No.
Yggdrasil blows up a city, and it's so shocking that Chica basically faints.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, all right, something's gonna happen. Time will rewind and everything go back to normal. I was like, no, everybody's just gonna have to learn to deal with what happened.
Yeah, everyone just digivolves without the digi-soul, and it's great.
That is pretty cool. It's like, how did you do that? It's like, oh, I don't know. It's like we wanted to protect you so badly that it happened.
Yeah. Listen, this finale is going so hard and on like feels over logic that screw it, this works.
Yeah, it's just kind of
Emotional power is infinite. The power of our friendships is infinite. We have infinity power of friendship.
I mean, essentially, yeah, the whole thing is like, oh, your probability of winning is like next to nothing. And it's like, yeah, but power of friendship, infinite possibility or whatever. And it's like, all right.
At least if nothing else, everyone goes burst mode and they are able to actually freaking hurt Yggdrasil. Like, they finally do damage.
A little bit. Yggdrasil is just like, wow, you did it, but like, I'm gonna pull a cell here and just regrow that.
Yggdrasil is just looking off into space with its like crazy rot voice. It's like, oh, I see you have done damage, but want to see a pure like elite pro gamer move here. Ha ha ha, and it like regenerates. You cannot defeat me. I have hacks.
Nice power. Check this out, idiot. Grows back the damage.
As long as the nucleus in my head is not destroyed, I can regenerate from even the smallest cell.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's cool and pretty good. I do feel like something is missing. But like I enjoyed our finales a bit more up to this point. Yeah. Yeah, the OG finale is like, it's so dumb that Apocalypse comes out of nowhere, but like the emotions are so there. And like Tamers was like just fantastic, although it's, you know, it's kind of dumb that like Rika's whole contribution is just to like, you know, power someone else up to destroy a random monster, but at least it felt like they did contribute, right?
Yeah.
And it's on such a good note, and like, you know, the freaking government guy takes off his sunglasses. And can I this more Frontier? Yeah, Frontier was weird. Frontier was really weird. I feel like I like that finale maybe a bit more, but that might be because like all the episodes leading up to it were so nothing that I was glad to just see stuff happen. And the final attack on Lucimon was really, really cool.
Man, freaking Cell is like, oh, I can regenerate from a whatever. It's like, as long as my nucleus isn't damaged. And then like Majin Buu gets like blown apart and vaporized, and it's like, how he finally defeated him, and the smoke gathers and reforms into Buu, and it's like, what the crap?
I guess you didn't completely destroy him.
Yeah, it's like Gotenks blows him to bits, and then he and Piccolo are like, all right, use a little energy blast to like vaporize the goo so he can't reform. It's like, we got him, and then like the smoke starts gathering, and it's like, okay.
The Lucon stuff saves the end of the arc. Oh yeah, the entire arc, absolutely. Dude, Paradise Lost is still fantastic. And the whole moment where he like does it on Suzaumon and he just punches him out of it. Ah, it's so good though. It's so good. And this is like, you know what? Hey, Agumon. You know how he has hacks? Let's show him our own hacks! The hacks of infinite friendship!
Yeah.
I just want to, like... Just this moment where he's like, oh yeah, Agumon, don't worry, we got this. Turn into a dragon and fly through him. And he's like, wait, what? And it just happens.
It is kind of funny. It's like, it is kind of weird. It's like, what in the, what? Why did he turn into like a bird?
Agumon Bursto Moto! Well, I was trying to figure out what Digimon he's like making the silhouette of, and I don't think there is one. I think he just became a random dragon bird. I think it just is what it is.
Yeah, he just turned into like a bird thing so he could fly, I guess. Also, I think Agumon like grows, which is kind of weird.
You got big enough for Masaru to ride. It's so out of left field, but it's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kills him on his own in one hit, and Yggdrasil is freaking out like, wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. Excuse me? And Masaru's like, yeah.
Literally flies through him and puts a hole in him.
Yggdrasil's like, this doesn't make sense, and Masaru's like, I'll show you what makes sense, and he punches it in the face, and it's like, this still does not make sense.
No, it's still stupid. What are you doing?
Oh man, because we kill Yggdrasil, and then we kill Yggdrasil, but then we kill Yggdrasil, and Masaru and Agumon wake up in a void, and you know what they see? They see
Yggdrasil.
Freaking Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
also, did we skip an episode?
We just went to episode 48.
Okay, right, we're talking about both of them at the same time, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, screw it, yeah. They see Yggdrasil after they kill Yggdrasil, after killing Yggdrasil, and Yggdrasil is just like, ha ha ha, did you really think it would be that easy, you stupid meatbags? I guess you win, though. Here, take this. And they just throw Masaru's dad out. In another few years, they will copy this for GLaDOS. I'm done with you. Leave me alone.
So yeah, it's through the power of everybody giving, like we mentioned earlier, of like basically spirit bombing the thing with like Digisoul, which apparently everybody has.
Even the babies.
Yggdrasil. Yeah, the babies. The freaking baby. Also, the Digimon flying over. It's like, oh yeah, Digimon are influenced by emotion, and the humans want to live. So the Digimon also want them to live.
I should mention, there's a fun thing where they're like, oh yeah, you know, both Digimon humans have like, they have the will to live, and that's the one big commonality between them. And they're like, no, the desire to live overthrows everything else, yo. Come on, we have to work together because the will to, like, save everyone, like, overrides all our grudges. And Yggdrasil's like, no, stop that. Stop doing that. I'll kill you, damn it.
Yeah, Yggdrasil, like, you would think Yggdrasil would be like, oh, okay, the Digimon who I rule over have decided to, like, to let the humans live or whatever. Nah, it's just like, nah, screw that, die.
Damn, dude, you punch hard. I guess I give up. YOLO, take your dad, get out of here. I think the first part about it is that it's like, I'm joking. It's like, oh wait, but Masaru actually does go to the digital world after this. I just imagine somewhere out there, Yggdrasil's just floating in space, just like, God damn it, I thought I was done with this annoying bastard. Jeez, I guess I'll deal with him another day.
Can't get rid of this kid.
He refuses to leave us alone. I guess we gotta live with it. Oh man, is there anything else we want to say about the actual fight with Yggdrasil before we move on to this type of stuff?
I mean, there's not much to talk about. It's a lot of them like going back and forth, not doing damage until they can, and then
Oh
they
man.
win.
The overall knights help out, they help lift the thing because of
Yeah,
course,
yeah.
yeah, they help fight Yggdrasil and protect everyone.
Yeah, the Digimon's desire for everyone to live, of course, extends to the Royal Knights who are Digimon.
Yeah, Omnimon does nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Omnimon Cat does nothing this entire series, which is wild.
it kind of feels like they had to keep him in check, otherwise, he would just solve the problems.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen, if there's anyone who could probably kill Yggdrasil, it's Omnimon, because I think he does that in the X Evolution movie. I'm pretty sure that's what
sick,
All Delete is.
sick. Also, Gallantmon's alive, and so is Kudamon slash
Yeah,
Slatemon.
yeah. Freaking Gallantmon finally realized that God is an absolute because it starts losing. And then, like, Slatemon is like, yeah, you understand now, right? Now I'm gonna use my Digisoul to free you from this ice so we don't sink to the bottom of the ocean. And
Yeah,
they just fly off to help.
yeah, I thought they straight like they both just kind of straight up died. No, they froze and fell into the ocean.
I love the little bit that they have this whole thing out, like, the will to live. And Gatmon's like, yeah, yo, Kudamon taught me that, like, yo, God isn't infallible, and he gave up the last of his Digisoul to help. And Chica's like, wait, you mean after all this talk he just died? And Galtmon just looks at her, and he literally says, don't be stupid, I see he survived, and just shows him.
Yeah, just holding Kudamon in his gigantic hand is like, okay, cool, he's alive.
Yeah, don't be stupid. Of course he made have that. Of course he did. Man, my god's kind of a dick. Jeez. Freaking. Yeah, they beat Yggdrasil. And we get a bunch of stuff out how the Digimon are like, yeah, we have to go back to the digital world now because we kind of belong there and we need to help with, like, you know, everything that just happened because holy crap, our god just died. People are confused.
Yeah, we gotta go back and figure that out and fix it.
Damn, Dukemon, you made it sound like he was dead. Yeah. Listen, he's just dead inside after all of this. It's kind of a different thing. Oh, man. But yeah,
But
everyone
yeah,
gets their little, like, happy ending epilogue. Well, I guess not happy, more their, like, sad epilogue mode of saying goodbye. And it's not
yeah,
focused on that much. It's not like, you know, adventure where they'll have to, like, you know, like, tearfully say goodbye as they ride the trolley home. Or it's like, yeah, they have, like, a nice little moment together, and they're like, yeah, we'll meet again, you know, don't worry about it. We, we
I
see,
didn't
yeah.
it didn't get me like emotionally like some others did, because it's like okay, yeah, they're friends and partners and whatever, and it's like the only one who really like, I don't know, like Ikuto saying bye to Falcomon is another thing, because it's like they're basically like siblings.
Yeah, and they're like genuinely upset and they're like crying over it. And he's like, no, but you have to stay home with your family.
Yeah, and it's like Masaru and like Agumon are like fighting, and it's like, I don't want you to go, and Agumon's like, I don't want to go, but I have to, and then it's like a whole thing.
Yeah, they fist fight on the bridge where they originally fought, and it's kind of cool that they brought back again.
Yeah, the old dude, I still don't remember his name. The old dude is up on the rooftop drinking with Kamemon and Gatsumon,
Yeah, Gothron's just been there the entire time.
which is fine. Gatsumon's a friend now.
Yeah,
They
he's a good
it,
boy.
it seems weird that they brought him back for this, because it's like they didn't have to do this. He could have just been a
Yeah,
villain who dies and then you never see him again. But now he's back and he's a friend now.
I feel like if they brought back Gotsumon, they probably should have had him do something, right? Like, I feel like
I
there is, like, you know...
I was constantly wishing he would turn into Meteormon again.
Can you imagine if it was like, oh yeah, instead, you know, you're just still shooting the crystals, and the Digimon are, like, using their powers to try and, like, save people, you know? Like, Meteormon saves Chica or something. No, you know what? Have it so it's like, yo, one of the crystals is flying towards Akudo, and, like, Ravemon is busy with the tendrils, and then Meteormon saves Akudo, right? That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many little things I think you'd do and make this so much better.
I guess it makes sense though. They clearly just wanted to bring him back as a comic relief
Yeah,
character.
I do like the reactions at least. Yeah, Yoshi commits a crime and is super strength now, I guess. Yeah, Yoshino literally becomes strong. Not as a character, but in the sense that she can cause crimes now.
Yeah.
Inadvertently.
Yeah, so if you know how to use your Digisoul, you can just you just have super strength if you want.
Yeah, you just do it, which means, does that mean that everyone just has super strength now, or is it just people who have, like, practiced?
It's probably just anyone who's practiced. Like you would probably have to teach people to use it, which I doubt they would go through the trouble of doing. So it's like, okay, we can't. It's probably best if we don't have it out in the public knowledge of how to gain superpowers.
Man, Yoshino really had zero character arc, didn't she?
Yeah.
She really had nothing.
Yoshino was there to be girl character, but also comic relief.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm way more fine with the comic relief part of it. I wish she was more comic relief than the girl, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, Toma has a nice little moment with, like, Galmon, where, like, yo, Galmon's like, oh yeah, I made you a new blend of tea, and I've decided to call it Until We Meet Again or something. And he's, like, clearly blushing, and it's adorable.
I think it's like vow to meet again, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like, ah, oh, that's
So
nice.
yeah. Uh I think yeah, we mentioned the thing where Kudo and Falcomon are talking.
Yeah, we mentioned Masaru, and everyone's gonna see, like, their Digimon off, and Masaru just gets, like, the best ending.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, well, I'm just gonna go back to the digital world and hang out with Agumon.
I have to imagine that, like, this is the whole reason why they brought back his dad at the end out of nowhere. Because,
Yeah.
as we mentioned, the dad just shows up, and it's like, oh, I guess you're here now. Yeah, I guess God just brought you back. Okay, cool. And
I do
Monster's
like
like, okay, well, not there's someone to help watch over Chica. I'm going to go in the digital world and abandon my family again.
yeah. I do like the little bit where it's like I feel like it's a small moment. It's like it doesn't matter that much, but it's like Chica sees her dad like walking towards them and she like walks over to him and she's just like clearly doesn't like really recognize him because of course she doesn't. She was a baby when he left.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
dang,
man.
that's a good little moment.
But yeah, Master gets the best ending of a Digimon protagonist because he actually gets to stay with his Digimon and just use his skills to just keep being a hero and helping people.
Yeah, there's like a we cut to like a scene of like a couple of like Goblimon tribes or whatever like getting into a dispute and he just shows up at the end with Agumon. It's like they're clearly going to go and beat the crap out of all of them.
Listen, if I was gonna say, actually, no, I was gonna say, like, if anything would become a Bancho Agumon, this feels like it would, but I think it's a bit late for that. But at least Masaru can be the Bancho we deserve.
No,
Masaru can be the
make
Bancho that brings balance to the digital world.
no make Bancho Agumon and he doesn't evolve. It's just he's Bancho Agumon.
Oh, man. Is that thing?
Probably not.
Nah, not really. Okay, I was thinking of Bushi Agumon. That's a different thing. Although people have made fan-made Bancho Agumons. I mean,
Oh, I'm not surprised.
for what's worth, it looks pretty good.
Agumon with the coat and like the hat and
Yeah,
the
Agumon
the
with like
thing.
the thing in his mouth, and you give him the coat and the
Yep.
hat, and you get like like freaking bandage wraps around his like arms, like they're around his hands, but like for his claws.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can picture it in my head.
yeah, that's fine. That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, during the credits we get what is clearly like a time skip. Uh Ikuto and Chika are like going to school together, I guess. And everybody's clearly aged up.
Yeah.
Toma has won the Nobel Peace Prize for medicine because the implication being that he cured it. No, not the implication that's directly said. He found the cure to his sister's illness.
Yeah. I got that screenshot too.
Yeah.
And it's like we just go through everything. Like Yoshino becomes a cop so she can stop crimes like the one that she herself committed.
I think it's kind of a nice touch that she becomes a cop because it's like, I don't know, it's a more serious thing that she could have become.
Honestly, it makes sense because if there is one thing she was like kind of shown to be like at least good at, it was like police stuff and going undercover. So hey, you know what? She got to do her thing, she got to work as a cop finally. And like she's still with like, the like director and the operator girls, and they're all just working at the police force now. And you know what? Good ending, yeah. Guess all the girls in Chief became cops. Yeah. You know what? Heck yeah.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not too different from the job they were already doing, just a little less
All the
spectacular.
all the original DATS agents just became like mainstay police officers. And overall feeling on Sarah's, I really like this show, and I think it's one of the most consistent. However, I think it does kind of reach far more than the writing is able to pull off. Yeah, I feel like their characterized are all weaker in the art so far. Think layer ones are even worse than this. Oh god, yeah. The worst part being a lot of the section with Toa going bad and the three Vow humans. That kind of just shows up in the scene in the end. It's a good solid B series for Digimon. Yeah, I'd agree with that, honestly. It's a solid B series. Like,
It's
I feel
pretty
like I
good.
agree with everything you just said, honestly. Like, I
Yeah.
liked it when, like, the freaking Bao Digimon finally started getting their final battles and they got more personality to them, but it's like, definitely mishandled the characters, definitely kind of, like, struggled, but, I appreciate it for what it is. I enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, it Savers had better higher high points and low points than like Frontier.
Yeah, this is a good, like, median series. It's a good middle ground.
It was fairly consistently a fun watch.
It feels weird that people keep being like, oh, Tamers is like the worst and this is like the best or whatever. Like, people keep being like, oh, Tamers is mid and this is great. I'm like, what? Alright. I don't get people's opinions sometimes. A lot
Yeah,
of high
no, that's
moments,
crazy.
but some low moments. Yeah, it feels more consistent. Actually, I don't even know if I'd say it's more consistent than Tamers. But it definitely is some really good moments. Yeah, Masaru was worth it. Yes. Masaru makes this series. Holy crap.
Masaru is great.
Yeah. People
I
hate
like him
Terrace.
as a
Yeah.
protagonist.
People hate Terrace because it's popular. Honestly, that makes way too much sense.
Okay, yeah, that's stupid. It's popular
Yeah.
for a reason.
It's popular because it's good, and because it's good, it's overhyped, and because it's overhyped, it's trash.
Love the internet.
I hate anime fans. While also
Yeah.
being one of them. Is there anything else we really want to talk about? Because, like, yeah, I don't know, I guess thoughts on various character arcs and stuff or whatever? Anything you want to talk about?
Not really. That's it. Series over. It was fun.
Series over. I liked Masaru. He was cool. Toma could have done more. Being logical sucks. There really was no benefit to his plans at all. The end was there.
Huh?
There's a whole thing early on where it's like, oh, but Toma's logical and he has his ways, but Masaru also has his ways. And by the end, it's just like, yeah, no, screw logic. Masaru was right all along. And
Hit it
Toma
really
does
hard.
nothing. Yeah. Screw logic. Emotion is where it's at. And then Toma has a whole thing of, but what if Masaru's right and it kind of goes nowhere.
Something, kick logic to the curb. That's how Team Daiguren rolls.
The power of emotion is infinite. Ikuto is a great character arc in the middle, but kind of becomes a background. Yeah, that's such a shame because he was so strong and it just doesn't yeah.
Unfortunately, he was relegated to side character with Yoshino, so.
So, real question, what's the plan? What are we doing after this?
I mean, Cross Wars would make. Oh wait, no, we were talking about
Yeah,
maybe
we're
doing
taking
Metabots, right?
yeah, do we want to do Metabots or I don't know, Zoids or something?
I'd much rather do Metabots than Zoids.
You know what, fair enough. I guess let's do Metabots then.
I'll probably watch the sub because I've watched it dubbed a couple of times. So
I will watch the sub and I hope that Metabe still says, dude, I rock. If he does not say that, I will be disappointed.
You're probably not going to get that in the original dialogue, but hey, who knows?
Yoshi was a mess all over the place, but Cap had a fun energy to her towards it. Yeah, it feels like they didn't know what the heck they wanted to do with Yoshino until the final arc, and then she became a good comic relief at the end. She was so all over the place, holy crap. But yeah, I guess we've said everything. I don't know. Any last final words?
Good series.
Good series. Good Digimon is good. I look forward to when we do X-Cross Wars after Metabots, where we will have infinitely more to complain about, I assume.
I aside from a thing right at the end of Cross Wars, I don't know anything that happens in that series. So.
I know about Shoutmon X7 F Superior Mode and the other Shoutmon forms, and that's about it.
I am aware of how evolution, quote unquote, evolution works.
I think Fang Longmon appears and he gets jobbed out like a bitch, and I hate it. Later.